Hello everyone, and thank you for watching my video review of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord. Now before I get into this video, I do want to say something quickly. This figure, or what I'm about to show you on this figure, is the reason why about 7 years ago, I decided that I wasn't going to collect figures anymore. Prior to this, I was very into collecting, and I ended up spending a lot of money not only on Power Rangers but on Transformers figures. At the time, Transformers Cybertron series was out, and I had almost every figure that was out in the stores. And I was purchasing Power Rangers Megazords, and at the time, I believe SPD was the current season, and I had a lot of the stuff from that. I had moved to a different, smaller apartment, and I had packed up all of my figures. They were all in the boxes. The figures were out. They were played with. But when I was done and when I was moving, I packed them all into their original packaging. I threw the packaging into big boxes to store all the little boxes in. And we put them into our bedroom, which we kept as a storage at the time. And one day, the landlord had some people fixing the roof. And this was a day that it was gonna storm. Sure enough, the storm hits, and these people who were fixing the roof forgot to cover a certain section of the roof while they were fixing it. That section just happened to be right over the bedroom. So needless to say, the room pretty much got flooded, and everything in that room was soaked. And the majority of the stuff were my figures, my collections. And I mean, I'll give you a little example here. You see, this is just completely like plaster or cement. I don't know what this is. It's really hard to get off. And this is almost on all of these figures. This just got ruined. And when I purchased this, which I purchased off of eBay, it was brand new. It was mint in a sealed box. I had to put the stickers on it. I had all the pieces, and this was in the box when this happened. So whatever that was on the ceiling ended up getting through the ceiling and onto all of my figures. And it was money wasted, in my opinion. I mean, granted, at the time I didn't know something like that was going to happen. But a lot of my figures ended up getting ruined, had to be thrown away. Some I was able to salvage. I kept this one just because I did spend a lot of money on it. It was like 60, 70 bucks to get it in the packaging, brand new. And so a lot of these figures, they all had to be taken out of their boxes. And what happens when you take things out of the boxes and you store them without a box? Well, you lose pieces. Like obviously, I don't have the cannons, which form the pterodactyl's feet. I don't have the triceratops horns. And I'm missing a couple of other pieces to this, so it's not complete. And because of this one event, I seriously decided I was just not going to collect. It wasn't worth, spending all that money, and then it's all ruined. So yeah, that's the reason why I stopped collecting. And I decided this year that I was going to start collecting again. The only reason that I wasn't planning on doing a review on this at all. But the only reason that I am going to do a review on this is because a buddy of mine, BJ, he lent me the Legendary Megazord from the Legacy series, or not the Legendary, the Legacy Megazord. And I felt that in order to do a proper review on this, I should first review the original one that I do have. So, if by any chance I end up coming across a newer one, I will update this video because I feel that this isn't going to be, for me, this isn't going to be a proper review on this. This needs to have all the pieces. It needs to be in a better condition than it is. But again, I just felt that it's necessary to do this video before I do the Legendary Megazord. So without further ado, let's take a look at each one of these individually. And we'll start with, let's see, we'll do probably the most simplest of them all, the Triceratops. And I'm probably gonna run through these real quick because again, it's just I really don't like the way the shape is this in. I kept it because as a child, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was the thing for me. I remember being in grammar school and we were in school for till 2:30. And I believe Power Rangers was on at around 3. So I tried to hurry on and make sure I got home before the show started. I wouldn't even do my homework. It's just the first thing that was on my mind is I gotta watch Power Rangers. So, pretty basic. Oh, another thing, stickers. I am not a big fan personally of stickers, and I do remember that Transformers and Power Ranger toys at the time all required stickers. They do bring a little bit more detailing into figures like these because there's obviously not a lot of paint and detail on them, so a lot of it did require stickers. I just don't like stickers because, as you can see, they start peeling off and you lose that nice color and detail, and it just, it comes off and then it's a plain thing again. Not too bothered about this one though because of the condition that it's in. But here we've got treads, a little bit of detail and a little bit of black paint. This is pretty much all cast in blue. Nice white trim here, red eyes. What else can I show here? It's obviously symmetrical, so whatever you see on the left is the same on the right. The cannon moves on here. Obviously it's hollow on one point. It's fine on the other. I'm missing the horns, unfortunately, so it's not really a Triceratops. It's more of a Uniceratops, but hey. This does have wheels, so we do get a nice... It rolls. It's not very good, but it rolls. So the first thing, if you ever known about Power Rangers, is Megazord contains 2 modes. A tank mode and then the Megazord mode. So obviously the first thing that it did was go into tank mode. To get this ready for tank mode, you just bring this up to the top, and I like to make sure that I don't bring it up like this where the hollow part is up. When I bring it up, I like that part there, and I think most people do that anyways. The sticker does get lost in this plaster or whatever ended up on my figure, but that's all he takes to get ready for tank mode. We'll put him to the side and we'll bring in the other leg, the saber-toothed tiger. Luckily I didn't lose the fangs. All cast in yellow here, blue stickers, blue sticker on the forehead, again symmetrical. Something that I'll note in a different video, because I do want to do a comparison of the Legacy to this version. The Legacy has stickers here and like detailing. I don't think this had it, because I did put all the stickers on here myself. It was, like I said, this I purchased and it was brand new. The box was never open. I had to apply all the stickers. So I don't believe there were stickers on here, but the Legacy Megazord has sticker detailing on here. So I don't know, maybe it just came off and there's a sticker in there. Gray hands, wheel here, black eyes, black nose, black paint for the mouth and ears, a little bit of black paint in the back. Not really much. With most Megazords, the individual Zords themselves don't really have much to them. It's the big Megazord that really makes the difference. So let's see, transformation for tank mode. What I like to do is take these fangs and roll them all the way up. You will take the back legs here, and these do have wheels on both these legs, and they roll. And then you just roll up the front legs far enough so that this rolls. Take the tail section and we're gonna fold that up. Now the saber-toothed tiger is ready for tank mode. We'll bring in next. We'll bring in the T-Rex. This is the main body of the Zord here. Like most Red Ranger Zords are. Okay, so, missing the tip of the tail. Not happy about that either, but You know, it is what it is. Got the lightning bolt sticker here, and again, symmetrical. It's mostly cast in the gray and black with a little bit of red casting. What else can I say? Stickers for detailing. This red stripe all the way across here, and here is actually a sticker. 2 stickers in the back. I'm guessing this is like an exhaust or a vent. The arms are on a ratchet. The legs do move, but not very well in the Tyrannosaurus mode, simply because it does get hindered by the tail. It only ratchets to a certain point. The mouth does open. And I've seen on the packaging, and I know for a fact this didn't come with it in this the American figure, or at least I'm sure. There was supposed to be a sticker for like the cannon inside the mouth, but I know this figure didn't come with it. Teeth are painted gray up here. This is all cast in gray. He's got a little bit of gray in the crest of his head, black trimming, and I'm not sure how well the camera's going to pick the color up on that, but that's actually like a metallic blue. So for the individual Zord mode itself, not much else I can say. Transformation for tank mode, there's little button here on the side. You push that, which allows you to bend the knee up a little further, and now this is locked in position here. And then you do the same on the other side. Push the button in, bring the knee up, make sure it locks into position, and bring the arms up, and he's ready for tank mode. So we'll put him to the side, and we'll bring in the Mastodon. Nice. I like the Mastodon figure, but I will say one thing. I believe I put the sticker on its head wrong. I believe this little M here is supposed to be in the front. That was my mistake because, again, I put these stickers on. Nice. These are all stickers here, sticker here. The trunk moves on this figure, and I am very happy that I did not lose the trunk or the tusks on him. Wouldn't technically be a Mastodon without him. You can see in the back here the fists, but that's okay. He does have whatever that stuff that came on it was. Other than that, I mean, there's nothing else it does in the Mastodon form. All of this is stickers running across the side. I think this sticker was actually already on the figure when you open the box. I could be wrong, but this one looks very well on there. Doesn't look like it's coming off, and it's lined up pretty good considering that I was not good at putting these stickers on these things. I'm kind of happy that a lot of them did end up being kind of straight when I put them on, but no, this one looks a little too perfect for me being the one to put them on. So I don't believe that I put these on. To get him ready for the tank mode, we will unpeg the head, which connects with 2 tabs here. There's a tab here, connector here, and here. And then we will, stickers for the eyes, which are green with a little white outlining. Gray head. And then you're going to come back here, pull this little tab out. The head will put to the side. This we will open up here all the way up. Bring out these facing this way. Split it open. And we'll put this to the side because there's not much else we can do with it on its own. Last but not least is the Pink Rangers Pterodactyl. Now, I have a little bit of an issue with this. Well, first off, I don't have the cannons, which stand it up. The cannons form the feet for the pterodactyl, despite the fact, I believe on the show, it never stood. It was always flying. It never had the cannons on it. But for the toy form, if you wanted to display this just the way it was, the cannons held it up. Pretty plain figure in my opinion. It's just like one piece, which is red, which is the issue that I have with it. It's the pink Rangers figure, but it's mostly red. So this is all red. Even on the head, this is all red paint on a white casted piece of plastic. The only thing that's pink on here is if you go in the back, there's these pink stickers. And it's very hollowed out figure. Nothing to it, but for the transformation, it's very important that this is like this. If you want, the wings fold in. It's about the only articulation this thing has, and I mean, you really can't do much with it. So that's the last of this. So let's get all 5 of these together into tank mode. First, we're gonna bring in. Oops, knocking the camera over here. First, we're going to bring in the T-Rex and the Uniceratops and the Saber-Tooth Tiger. Now, in the ends of both of these, there's these little clips here, or tabs, that come and push in when you push the leg in, and then they tab on to this part here and here, and then they tab here and here for the Blue Ranger. So we'll just take this Uniceratops and plug it in until it clips in, and do the same thing for the Saber-Tooth Tiger. Plug that in, and that's supposed to be the treads. So next, we'll take the Mastodon head, and in the chest of the Tyrannosaurus is a hole, so that's where this goes. Right in there. And then the Mastodon's body will clip, these 2 clips here, there's 2 tabs, will connect into the clips on his back. And then there's clips on the sides which will connect to these tabs that are here and here. So just put this on until it clicks, put the arms down until they click, and then you would rotate these forward. Now this is where it is very important to have the cannons, because this just looks like feet sticking out with little holes on the bottom. You would plug the cannons into here to make the cannons of tank mode. So it loses the weaponry of the tank mode without having them. And last but not least, the pterodactyl. Oops, bring that down. The pterodactyl. She's got a little tab there and a little tab there. The camera's not picking that up very well, at least not on my end, not on the viewfinder. They will bring this up here. There's a little slot that you'd use the middle slot here and here, and you connect those tabs right into there until it clicks in. And she's pretty secure in that spot, I would say. She's not going to slide up or down. And here is the tank mode. It's pretty cool. I wish I did have all the parts. It's because I think that it's pretty cool. They really didn't use tank mode much. I think like the first or second episode, it was really into effect of the first or second episode that the Megazord was in, because I don't believe Day of the Dumpster, the Megazord was in that. I could be wrong. I haven't watched the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in a while, but I don't remember the Megazord actually appearing in Day of the Dumpster. So, you know, like most episodes of Power Rangers, the Megazord's auxiliary little secondary modes will show up in 1 or 2 episodes, and then they fast forward the transformation sequence just to kill time. I mean, they do the same thing with when the Rangers morph. The first time they morph, they go through the whole entire long sequence of each individual Ranger morphing, and then you've seen it already once, so the next episode is just they'll show all 5 of them in a little picture, and then it's done. So that's the same thing with these. So let's get him into the Megazord mode. So to do that, we will remove the pterodactyl and remove the mastodon head. Now, you're going to hold on to these buttons here, because these will, in order for the legs to be straight, pull that down. Now the legs are back to being straight. You'll take, which I should have done first, you'll take the tail, and the tail, there's a tab on the back of the mastodon, and there's a clip here. You'll take that until that clips into place. If you had the tip of the tail, you would then roll the tip of the tail back. Take the legs, straighten them out, and then do the same here, and then take the head and the arms of this one, roll them up. Now it's got feet, and now let's lift the camera up a bit to get the upper section in here. You're going to take this section here, move it out just a little bit to make clearance when you rotate the mastodon's feet to reveal the fist, and then do the same here. So move that a little for clearance. Now you've got fists. You could take that down, I guess, if you want. This I like about this figure here. There's a little spot to easily open up the chest, and then just take the T-Rex head, push it down. It will fit into the chest. Nice and easy, easy. Lift the chest back up. And let's do this in the sequence that it happens in the show. Then you will take the pterodactyl. The head will fold into the body, and you'll collapse the wings inside. On the very bottom is this little tab, and there's a tab here and here. First, you want to take this tab and align it with, there is a hole here, which I don't think I'm getting enough light for you to see it, but there's a little hole which will catch that tab on the bottom, and then there's a connector here. So put that in and then connect. And then the last thing that happens is they zoom in on the Megazord's head and the horns will come out. Oh, well, you know what? Let me bring that back because I do want to talk about the head sculpt. It seems, it almost seems kind of G1 Optimus Prime-ish with the little silver mouth covering. Most Megazords, I think, now kind of have a full face, nose, lips. I believe a lot of the older Power Rangers toys, it was more of a solid mask on the front. But I do like that. That's kind of reminds me of a G1 Optimus Prime here. And then it's got these horns with a little black stripe on the outside. Little bit of yellow in the crest there. And it's got yellow eyes. But altogether, nice. For me, this is very, again, nostalgic because this was the Rangers. This was the one that started the Power Rangers series for me, or for everybody, really. And unless you knew this was based off of the Zyu Rangers, I might be pronouncing that wrong, from Japan, which was, I think like I don't even know. I'm not even going to give a number. It was a couple of seasons in, or more than a couple. It was the 92 or 93 series of Super Sentai, which Super Sentai started in the 70s. So, it was, well into the Super Sentai line, and this was what started it for us. So he does have accessories, obviously, if we've all seen the show. Oh, I do want to point out, too, I do like this sticker pattern here. And this may be another sticker that was already on the figure when you got it in, because it just seems way too perfect and it's not coming off. Yeah. So there was the Power Sword. Came down from the sky and it stuck in the ground, and then he'd come in and that doesn't want to stay. There's a hole in the desk here that put that in. Yep, there it goes. It would stick into the ground, and then he'd pull it out. This is cast, or not cast, but it's got nice chrome paint to it. It's still shiny despite the fact of the abuse that it's been through and how old this figure actually is. And there's some detailing in the little hilt here, but I think that's pretty cool. And he carried it in his right hand, and the Mastodon head acts as a shield, which I don't know if this was ever in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I believe I read that it did happen a few times in the Super Sentai series, but in the US, I don't believe he ever used the shield. I could be wrong again. I've never seen, at least I don't think I've seen every single episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh wait, yes I have. But I don't ever remember this. And it's been a long time since I've watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers over again. It's been about 5 or 6 years. But again, this is the only reason I kept it in the condition that it's in. This was the figure. As a child, I wanted this figure so bad, and my parents could never afford it for me. And when I got older and I started working, getting my own job, started collecting, this was a must-have for me. And I didn't really care how much I had to pay for it. I ended up spending, it's worth a lot more now than what it was, 7 or 8 years ago. Let's see, the eBay term MISB, mint and sealed box, would go for, $250, $300 now. A little more if you find the black and white edition of this. But to me, it is worth it. If you are purchasing this new or used, obviously if you purchase this new, you're going to have everything. The most common things that you're going to lose are, of course, the horns. You might even lose this tip here, the fangs on the saber-toothed tiger. The weapon, of course, for every Megazord that there ever is and probably will always be a loose piece. It doesn't really fold into the body or anything. So your possibility you're going to lose the weapons. The tusk comes off, the trunk, tip of the tail, and the cannons. Tip of the tail, I'm assuming, isn't that bad, but the cannons are a must-have. It's necessary for tank mode. If you're going to display it even in the Megazord mode, they are supposed to be here for, like an exhaust or something. But it is very important to have those. And you don't want a Uniceratops. You want a Triceratops. That's what it's supposed to be. So the horns are, to me, very important to have. It's unfortunate that the figure, as awesome as it is, it's not complete. And that does bother me. But it's a must-have for anybody who's a Power Ranger fan or a Super Sentai fan or anything. This figure is a must-have. You have to have it. So thank you for watching the review on this. I will bring you the Legacy Megazord next. Take care. Have a good night.